Now the On Your Side forecast with Chief Meteorologist Scott Dorval.
Very changeable conditions around the Treasure Valley today. Had red air quality and then back to orange and back to red, and it really shows up on this view from our village camera. Now watch the Boise front. You can't see it right here. I put this into motion this morning. Thick smoke, and then there's the Boise front as the visibility clears a bit, and then more smoke coming in during the afternoon, early evening, and then just before the sun went down, we got some more clearing in. So definitely a variable sky today. Looking towards the west as the sun did come down, you can see the smoke, just kind of a thin haze right there. But as the sun gets closer to the horizon, there's that late day plume of smoke again approaching from the west right there, and it's drifting towards us, likely the smoke settling into the valley overnight again tonight. I don't think there's going to be much of a change when you wake up tomorrow morning. The same old story, lots of smoke around the valley. I want to show you again the smoke model from the U.S. Forest Service. This is when the model is run, basically says, okay, here's where all the fires are. If there's no smoke, where's the smoke going to go? So this is what it would look like right around as the sun was going down. You can see that plume coming right over the Treasure Valley here. That's the plume of smoke from that big complex in eastern Oregon. I'll jump this ahead. We'll take a look at what it would look like tomorrow morning sometime. And that's probably the afternoon. So go tomorrow morning, and you see a lot of that smoke left over. I think we'll have a lot of smoke tomorrow morning. But as I put this into motion, we just animate this now. As we go towards Sunday, watch the change. Look at the smoke pushing from south to north here, and it looks like the smoke in Southern California should stay there. So I really think on Sunday we have a chance of breaking into more clear skies and get the visibility better in southern Idaho. All right, let's take a look at what's been happening now in McCall. Excuse me, the smoke is getting to me too. All right, in McCall, visibility is pretty good, and the air quality jumping or dropping into the good category for a while today at a 76 for the high temperature. Not a bad day at all in the West Central Mountains, and better visibility in the East Central Mountains around Stanley at 76 degrees, 33 this morning. I think some places could drop to the low 30s again tomorrow morning in the mountains. It's 63 in Stanley now. Doppler radar this time of night just picks up a lot of smoke coming in. We're seeing it around Boise as well. No precipitation. We're in the 70s right now. And all across the west, skies are mostly clear of cloud cover anyway, but it's this swirl right here. This is a vigorous system with cool air with it. It's keeping rain all the way to the east in Montana, unfortunately, but with this storm system right here, or this disturbance, there's a cold front that's coming through. Not a strong one, but it's kicking the wind up, and it was definitely kicking it up in Washington State, unfortunately, with a fire near Lake Chelan, causing some real issues, wreaking havoc with those gusty winds. And that wind, again, will cause some problems with some of the fires, but the wind is settling down as we speak. Overnight tonight it will. All that cool air and energy will slide to the east. But you look at the heat to the south and west here, and our wind shift is going to come in on Saturday night and Sunday. Upper level winds will start to take the smoke away. We may still have some smoke lingering in the valley on Sunday morning, but I really think it's going to start to push off to the north, which is great news. So temperature-wise, we're at our coolest tomorrow at 83, only 68 in Billings, but this cool air from Saturday to Sunday slides off to the east rapidly, and the heat builds in rapidly. We go from the low 80s on Saturday to the low 90s on Sunday, but at least with the heat we get that southerly wind to hopefully clear out the valley. So warmer and drier to our west tomorrow. That will spread overhead as we move through the weekend again on Sunday when it gets hotter. Temperatures 80 to 85 tomorrow in the Treasure Valley. The smoky sky around again, cool during the morning hours, but it will be comfortable in the afternoon with those 80s. 70s in Long Valley, 80s in Boise County, although Pine and Featherville around 78. Still lots of smoke lingering. Not really much of a change tomorrow, but there will be a change in temperature as we cool it down a bit. Only in the low 70s for Stanley, Sun Valley, and mid 70s in Fairfield. While in the Magic Valley tomorrow, you're still getting smoke. Twin Falls, I'm expecting about 80 degrees. The wind settling down. Temperature 78 in Shoshone tomorrow. My On Your Side extended forecast. Smoke Saturday, clearing Sunday with some sunshine, but the temperature soaring into the mid-90s with a slight chance of storms coming in towards the middle part of next week. Very comfortable temperatures in the mountains tonight, but again, it will warm up as we head towards Sunday and Monday. And a view from the Western Idaho Fair today. This is Maddie and Brady with their gators. Brady's holding an albino gator there. These have their mouths taped up with a big rubber band. So
that wasn't the one that splashed you.
That is not the one that splashed me. I got really wet though. You can send your photos in, maybe from the fair, and I contribute to KIVI-TV.com. I couldn't hear you guys. My earpiece had all water in me.
During the 5 o'clock, yeah, it was pretty funny.
Thanks, Scott. An 8-year-old Boise boy gets a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Yeah, instead of thinking about dealing with cancer, which he does every day, he spent the day working to solve crimes as a cop for the day with the Boise Police Department. On Your Side's Karen Laird joins us with the story.
Don Michelle, it wasn't even just the police department that got in on the fun. Officer Rashid also got to know the Boise Fire Department and got an up-close look at the blue turf with the Boise State Broncos.
8-year-old Rashid is a young man of few words, but he sure knows what he wants to be when he grows up.
Police, because they're awesome.
I wish I had that much foresight when I was his age.
When members of the Boise Police Department heard about Rashid's battle with cancer through friends from Camp Rainbow Gold, they knew they wanted to pitch in.
He kind of explained to me what Rashid has going on and said that he has a love for police officers and asked if we could do something to help out.
So Rashid spent the day working with the SWAT team, bomb squad, and was even sworn in as an honorary Boise police officer. Of course, he was immediately assigned to a case, which later led him to the Boise Fire Department to return some stolen equipment.
It's been fantastic. You know, it's a break from the normal stuff that we have to do that sometimes isn't the most fun. Today is probably, in my 13-year career, has been probably the most fun I've ever had.
Boise Mayor David Beater even honoring the 8-year-old, making a special proclamation.
Now, therefore, I, David H. Beater, Mayor of the City of Boise, do hereby proclaim August 21st, 2015 as Officer Rashid Day.
Rashid spent the day traveling around Boise, riding in style in a helicopter, a police cruiser, and even the blue and orange BSU fire truck. He arrived at Albertson Stadium just in time to be greeted by the entire Broncos football team. The mission to return the stolen hammer to the team ahead of tonight's scrimmage.
He's our hero!
The team quickly making Rashid feel like one of them, letting the 8-year-old spend the evening with his other heroes.
You are now a part of our family, Rashid.
So once he returned the hammer to the players, he got some Bronco gear from the teammates and led the players onto the field for tonight's scrimmage, spending the game with the players on the sidelines. Live in studio, I'm Karen Lair, 6 on your side.
I want to watch that story again.
It's a great story.
Coming up next, though, 15-year-old boys are notorious for pimples and squeaky voices. Well, one Iowa teen is taking a stand against stereotypes and is running for president. A look at the presidential run of these nuts is after the break.